What's up, guys? Thanks for coming and joining us again for another episode of Between the Pipes. You've got Archie here again with Wade, back for another week.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on? Just to give a quick update, guys, from last week's episode, thank you so much. We are now currently at 13.5 thousand views on the episode with Greg Ryder and his amazing performance of 16 Sticks. There is some delay with that song being released, so if you are waiting, sit tight. They had some technical problems, and the song will be available very, very soon. I will be posting an update once that becomes available to you all. But again, huge thank you so much for all your continued support. And yeah, we got another special guest this week, joining us all the way from the Czech Republic. So bear with us. She is sitting at a 2:30 a.m. time frame. And she's napped early today to try to get on the show and make sure that she's good to go. So let's join us. We'll get her to join us right now. And here she is. Guys, our special guest this evening, Marina Huzvarova from the Czech Republic, representing the Prague Ice Ladies. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us. I know it's really late there right now, and normally you'd be sleeping, but I appreciate you making the time to making yourself available for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what? Everyone's sleeping around that time.
Okay, so we will jump right into, basically, if you want to just give us a little bit of an introduction of whatever you'd like. I mean, what you're doing right now, hockey, how it's treating you. I know that you're kind of in a position right now where you're not really playing, and then we'll just dive into some questions that we have for you.
Well, you know what? I actually play right now because the lockdown it's not here anymore, so we can practice, but we can only practice in 10 people with the face masks on. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but at least we can practice. So
is it like a full plastic shield that you have to wear?
No, it's like the mask because of the.
Oh, you have to actually wear the mask too.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
Man, that must be hard.
What? So how's breathing when you're flying around the rink, man? My goodness, and it must get all like soggy and everything. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's not really comfortable, but we always just put it down, so because no one watches us, so.
So are you guys obviously no contact, no nothing like that, or are you guys being heavily supervised? Is there people watching you guys, making sure you guys aren't like talking too closely or anything, or is it still kind of like hockey, just now you're wearing a mask?
Yeah, it's still hockey. Totally, like no one controls us. We always just lock the doors so no one can enter the ring, and then we don't even wear the mask. So yeah, but that's the rule, like official rule, but we don't really follow that.
I gotta say, I really like that rule. I mean, we had hockey too going on, but it's obviously shut down now. It's the numbers are kind of increasing pretty bad here in Toronto. But that's awesome. I guess the rules are a little different in Czech Republic. You can just lock the door and say, "Hey, we paid for this hour. This is our time to play hockey, and that's it." So I think we could move those rules to Canada too.
Yeah, you should.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're just gonna go through a few questions that we have for you, and feel free to answer them however you can. If you can't hear us for whatever reason, just let us know. And
okay.
We can definitely repeat the question for you. Wait, I can't remember. Did I have you starting us off here?
You started off, Archie, and I follow up.
All right. So we'll switch between myself and Wade. So I'll start it off with influence. Who was your biggest male or female or both influence when it comes to playing hockey, and also, if anything, in life in general?
Well, in hockey, my biggest male influence, it would be probably my brother. He taught me to like hockey. He used to play hockey when he was a little kid, and yeah, then he stopped, but he always loved it, so I kind of just followed him. So that's also why I started to play hockey. So that would be my brother, I guess.
Awesome.
And then the female influence in hockey, I don't really know if I have one.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
And
Because
also,
I mean, I can imagine you yourself are probably a huge influence on a lot of little girls, whether there or anywhere else where you've played, who've always had the dream of playing hockey and never had the opportunity. So, I mean, that's amazing.
yeah,
Absolutely. Is that like, so the Czech Republican women's hockey team, like, is there no there's no kind of future Hall of Famer lady on that team that maybe you looked up to and you were like, oh, I kind of want to have my shot like her or be like her? Nothing like that?
Not really.
All right.
Women
Female
hockey,
self-influence. All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
No, women hockey in Czech is not big. It's still like, I don't know, here's for men mostly. So we're still a little bit Eastern in this. Yeah, so the guys still thinks that hockey is for men, not for the women.
Not with you around, Marina. You're switching up the game now. We need ladies like yourself to evolve hockey into something bigger, and that's really good. Really good that you do what you do, man. So it's really cool. I've seen your Instagram, lots of hockey pictures, lots of hockey videos. You're shooting the puck around. It's really good, man. And that motivates little young girls, especially in Czech Republic, to see that. And hey, man, hockey's evolving every year, and hopefully one day in all countries and in Czech Republic, the women's team is, competitive and ready to go. And women's hockey is a real thing that people want to watch for entertainment, right? So that's what we're striving towards always, is equality and all that stuff, right? So I don't know about you. I'm going to ask you this, but I was about 3 years old when I laced up the skates, and it was my dad that brought me. And I just want to ask you, how old were you when you first laced up the skates, and who was the parent or grandparent or whatever that brought you, tied up your skates, and got you on the ice for the first time?
That's a little bit complicated. The first time I actually laced up my skates was when I was, I think, 3 years old. And it was my older brother's practice. So my parents took me there, but I didn't play hockey by that time. I actually did ballet for 10 years. And then I started to play hockey when I was 16. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. You couldn't tell by a couple of the videos, man. You have like the softest hands ever, man. You have a better shot than I do with the wrist shot, I'm telling you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my goodness. You're a late bloomer is what that is. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So 16, that's when you first started playing hockey?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what?
Wow.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, Marina. I'm cutting you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a really good coach when I started to play hockey. So the first season I started, I just skated. The whole practices just skated. So he really taught me well how to skate. And I think it gave me a lot. So yeah. So I was my skating's not so bad. Like you wouldn't say I started at the age of 16, I guess.
Good stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, you know what? There are stories even in the NHL with late bloomers. I mean, you have guys like myself or Archie who start or lace up skates so young. And I was going around the rink and everything. I was playing hockey by the time I was 4 or 5 years old. And Timbits League, which is like Tim Hortons in Canada, it was all part of that. And but some players, man, like even in the NHL, they actually don't even start playing hockey till maybe like 7 or 8. Or there's guys that don't play competitive hockey till they're 12 or 13. And then all of a sudden they just blossom into an NHLer. It's just so weird how sports grows people. And there's the people that play their whole life, and then people that just naturally have that talent that pick it up and they just run with it. And it's like, you look like you've been playing your whole life. So no, that's really cool. 16 years old, man. The videos, trust me, you don't look like you started 10 years ago. That's for sure.
Okay, thank you.
The accuracy is better than ours, that's for sure. So now, since you started at 16, would you say, or who would you say is your favorite hockey player? Could be somebody current, retired in the past. Favorite hockey player?
It's for sure Alexander Ovechkin.
Hey.
And, yeah. Yeah, and I
Alexander.
always liked when I watched like old videos of hockey, I always liked Gordie Howe. So
Wow.
those are my two favorites.
That's interesting. Mr. Hockey himself played till, how old was Gordie Howe, Archie, until he played like 51 or something? He retired?
Yeah, he was still
Yeah,
pretty
he
young.
played a long time. He had like a 32-year career in hockey, man. What a crazy life.
At one point, he was playing with his son at the same time, which is unreal.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alexander Ovechkin, man. I mean, I mean, how many people? I would say in the world right now, especially the newer generation of like kids growing up, and anyone that's probably, you know, at least like 15 years old, 20 years old at this point right now that grew up watching Ovechkin. It's got to be between, you know, the Ovechkin, Crosby, and I don't even know who else you really compare. They're the two generational players of the last 2 decades, really. So that's I like, as a Canadian player, I really do love Alexander Ovechkin, and I might get a lot of feedback for this from my buddies and some of our viewers here. But I do got to say, I was kind of hoping. I know Gretzky's the good old Canadian boy, and I never ever I never even thought his record was reachable with goals, but I was kind of hoping, because I grew up with Ovechkin and I got to really see him turn into a star in the league. Not even a star, he's on his own planet with a couple of the greats. And I wanted him to beat the scoring record, man. But COVID-19 has slowed that down, unfortunately. Like, people are forgetting, you know, Alexander Ovechkin's 35 or 36 now. And he already had a window of, he had to score like 40 goals for the next 5 years or something. Yeah. So COVID's put a damper on that. Now it makes it harder for the guy to beat that record. So that's a little disappointing, because I do really like Ovi as a hockey player, and I love him off the ice, just like I'm sure you two do as well, man. He's just such a good hockey personality guy. So,
yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's easy case for him, for people to love him all over the world, for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
So that being said, Marina, COVID-19, how has COVID-19 impacted your life, your hockey career, like, thus far?
Well, I didn't play professionally, so my hockey career, like, it wasn't really affected. It sucks though, because we couldn't play for the first time. We couldn't play for like 3 months or something, and then now it was 2 months and something. So, and we just started to play, and I think on Monday they will close it again. So, yeah,
that's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got to, so you played up until when, Marina? Like, hockey? Like, you practiced like within the last week or something?
I think, yeah, like 10 days.
Okay, that's so good. I mean, trust me, we're all jealous just to hear you say that, because hockey has literally been shut down for, I mean, we were shut down obviously since March, when COVID really kind of hit the world by storm, and well, in Canada and America, but anyway. And I think we played beer league now, right? Obviously, we're not professional hockey players here, but you know, we played from March till about, I think it was, or sorry, we didn't play from March till about June. Then they tried to get us going again. I think we played about another 5 games, so maybe 5 weeks. They shut us down. We had to come back, and there's been no hockey here for I think 2 months now. So it's unfortunate, but it's cool that you actually got to go on skates. Like, I am dying to get on skates, and I don't know how the weather is like in Czech Republic right now, if it's really cold there, or I don't know what the climate is like, but there's no frozen ponds or outdoor rinks or nothing here. So it's literally just, there's nothing going on. But I'm very jealous of you. You got to be on skates like 10 days ago. So
yeah, I bet. Well, the weather here it's really warm, so we don't have frozen ponds either. So I'm kind of jealous of Canadians who have the frozen ponds, but yeah, at least we can skate now. And there's actually a couple outdoor rinks over here in Prague. So yeah, we still have some chance when they close it, like the indoor, so we can skate outdoors.
Okay, just quickly spider webbing off that. So what is the weather like? Like how cold does it get in Czech Republic or in Prague where you are? Like does it ever hit 0 or is it always above temperature?
Yeah, it does. It used to be normal. I don't know, like 6 years ago, it was totally normal that it was like -5 or 10 degrees over here. You also use Celsius, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. So yeah, that was totally normal. So we could have skated on the frozen ponds, but right now it's like 8 degrees. So yeah.
As it is here too. It's actually 8 degrees today. So I think that's a part of global warming or just some shift in the globe or whatever in the last decade. Or I hope that I know for me, I'm hoping that the pond's freeze soon. I know me and Archie want to get out and we want to set up a few one-timers ourselves. So,
and for our American viewers, 8 degrees is 46 to your equivalent in Fahrenheit. So for any of you guys wondering what she's talking about when she says 8, and also the -10 is 14 degrees Fahrenheit for you guys. So just so you guys know the numbers, that's pretty much where we're at. Actually, we get pretty cold, a lot colder in Canada in some cases. Is -10 the most you get there?
No, it used to be more. It was like, I remember, I don't know, when I was really young, it was -20, for example. Yeah.
See, I remember that too. See, like
that's
really even cold here too. When we were younger, it used to be so much colder. Yeah. The winters were actually there's times where it's -20, -25, -30 even, like 10, 15 years ago. It's all of a sudden it just keeps on elevating and getting warmer and warmer. So I don't know. And then all of a sudden, like in Egypt a few years ago and Florida, they're all getting snow, and Dubai once in a while. It's all weird, right?
Yeah.
And again, for the Americans, that -30 is -22 for you guys. So I mean, it's it used to get pretty cold here. Now I think Winnipeg is really the only place in Canada that gets that cold.
Well, I remember last year I was in Plaster Rock, New Brunswick, and there was -37.
Oh yeah, on the East Coast, yeah.
That was crazy. That was a little bit too cold.
That's too cold. Too cold for hockey.
No, that's real. No, that's like don't go outside cold.
Yeah,
I know you're like, oh, I can't wait for hockey. I can't wait to walk around in the winter in Canada and go see the sights and everything. And then you're just like, holy crap, I can't feel my fingertips even with this like double layer gloves on. So
yeah. That was really bad. I actually got, how do you call it? Like when you like your
frostbite.
Fingers?
Frostbite.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's no good.
No, not at all.
So
Archie, you're on next question, baby. You're on next question.
What
number do you wear when you play, and why?
Well, I wear number 8, and I wear it because of Alexander Ovechkin.
Absolutely, makes sense.
Sorry, did you say because of Alex Ovechkin, Marina?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. 8's a great number in general, right? Like I love the number 8. My number's 18, so I just put the 1 in front of there for, I don't know why the heck I chose 18. My dad's birthday is June 18th. He likes to think that I chose it because of his birthday, and I'm like, nah, Dad, it wasn't from your birthday, man. I don't know why. I just always like 18. So, but that's cool, man. Alex Ovechkin. What about you, Archie? What number? What's your number? But I don't even know.
It's funny. Growing up, it was always 17 for obvious reasons. Wendell, right?
Wendell Clark. Yeah.
But then my favorite hockey player has always been Wayne Gretzky, so 99. And because I don't feel like I deserve to wear 99, I've settled for 9 in the past. So I've kind of bounced all over the place with numbers. I'd say 17 and 9 seem to be my my go-to.
I wore number 9 in America.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What made you choose number 9, Marina?
I had I think I had 3 numbers that I could have picked from. So yeah, 9 was because of Gordie Howe. So.
I was gonna say Gordie Howe wore number 9.
Awesome. Marina, so what position do you play? Are you forward, defense? What kind of hockey player are you? Or we'll just go off it. Are you more of if you're defense? Are you more of a gritty defenseman, or if you're a more skill forward? What kind of game do you play here?
I play forward. Mostly a right wing or center, but I like to play right wing better. And
Why do you like to play right wing better?
I don't know. I just feel
Well,
better.
here's the question. Are you a righty or a lefty?
I'm righty.
So you're a right-hand shot. Okay.
Yeah.
A right-hand shot that likes to play on the right-hand side. Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
And if I'm not mistaken, looking at your stats, you also like to take penalties.
Yes.
I saw you led your team in penalties, I think, at one point. So that's impressive.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't mess with Marina, man. She'll come and mess you up. She sticks up for the girls, man. Let's go.
I mean, I like to play physical sometimes. But like in Czech, when you play the women league, you can play physical because the referees are mostly guys from the man league or from the boys league, so they don't really know the rules about women hockey, so they don't really care. But I remember in America when I played, I was like four times a game in a penalty box, and then you had the rule that when you go 4 times, you can't finish the game. So,
you're out.
Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't finish like 4 games. It was crazy. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Hey, that's all. Marina's just like friggin' open ice laying people out, eh? She's like, what? In Czech, we check, baby.
Yeah, they actually called me checkers, like my team.
Really?
Yeah.
Look out for checkers down on the right wing there. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Good for you, man. Everyone has a role on the hockey team, and obviously you got the soft hands and the skill, and then you stick up for your teammates and you get a couple penalty minutes. Trust me, in Canada, we love PMs, man. Penalty minutes. We're all about it. We want the game to actually go back to more penalty minutes. The scoring and the soft touch, like assists and everything, are really nice and everything. And we're glad that the game's evolving into like a quicker, younger, faster game. But as Canadian hockey fanatics, we do, like, I know me, myself, and Archie, we just love everything that has to do with penalty minutes, man. We love fighting. We love big hits. We love a lot of trash talk, and even a little bit of whacks and hooks and everything. That's just been hockey forever, right? So it's hard. The last decade, they're trying to really change the game a little bit. So, but penalty minutes, good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, I can really say Canadians love everything about penalties, because when we were at the World Pond Hockey Championship last year, we played against some Canadian girls, and oh my God, we were fighting like 3 times the game. That was crazy. But we didn't start it. It was the Canadian girls.
I believe that.
Damn Canadian girls. Where was this pond hockey tournament held, Marina?
It's in Plaster Rock, New Brunswick. Yeah.
Oh, you're in New Brunswick. Okay, yeah, that's east. Plaster Rock. Is that northeast of New Brunswick? Do you know, Archie? Plaster Rock?
No.
Man, well,
I don't
New
even
Brunswick
know anything about New Brunswick.
So when you came to New Brunswick, Marina, obviously when you were there for the hockey tournament, how long did you stay down here for?
We stayed in New Brunswick for 5 days, I think. But I was there 2 times, and the first year we went to Montreal before, and then we drove to Placer Rock, and last year we went to Boston first, and then we drove to Plaster Rock. Yeah, awesome. And then from Plaster Rock we stopped in Quebec City when we were for 4 days, I think. Yeah, it was so beautiful.
It's beautiful there. It's really cool. It's like old European style. Like in Canada, It's just weird walking down the streets there, right?
Yeah,
I was gonna say the reason I raised that question is because, man, I've been to New Brunswick, and I would feel so bad if this Czech Republican ice hockey team came down and just stayed there, because I don't know, Archie, if you've ever been to New Brunswick, man, it's just a lot of forest, and like there's not really a lot to do there, man. It's just kind of country Canada. So I would hope that if you came, to Canada, that you would travel the 5, 6, 7 hour drive or whatever, and maybe go check out Halifax, maybe go check out Montreal. So obviously you got to do that anyway with going and playing in Montreal and stuff too. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But the pond hockey tournament, that's cool, man. I've actually never played in a pond hockey tournament, and I mean, I've been playing my whole life. A couple of my buddies have wanted to play, but how is a pond hockey tournament? How does that go down, man? Is that is that more fun, would you say, than even playing 5-on-5 in like a rink?
Yeah, it's more fun. Like, we actually play 4-on-4, and yeah, it's all about the fun. The vibe there it's amazing. It's honestly, that's the event I live for every year. So I'm kind of sad that it's closed for this year. So yeah.
So I guess you're planning to go play pond hockey tournaments for at least another, for as ever long as you can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I got to talk to I know that a couple of my buddies and are watching this podcast, and I'm just telling you guys, see, Marina knows, man. We got to get together, do a 4-on-4 tournament, travel, make it a guys trip or whatever, and go play a pond hockey tournament. Co-ed, guys, doesn't matter. It's pond hockey. It's outdoors. We love that stuff, man.
Yeah, you should go there. I actually have some friends from there. They're from Toronto, so yeah.
Nice. So you stay in contact with them. They weren't the people that were trying to fight you in the pond hockey tournament, were they?
No, they weren't. No. It was some girls from New Brunswick.
Of course, they're like, get these Czech Republican girls out of here. That's what like.
I think they were a little bit drunk, so yeah, they were kind of aggressive.
So were you smashing beers on the sidelines or taking a shot of rum or something to stay warm, like during when you were like off or transitioning, or what was going on there?
Well, we actually weren't, our team, but like the Canadian girls, they were. We were, yeah. During the day, we were focusing on the games, and then during the night, we were partying.
Oh man, that's so funny. That's
so Canadian.
Man, that is too funny. I mean, you don't even need to say it because I already knew that the Canadian girls were probably getting smashed. Like they're like chugging beers on the bench, shotgun, and they're about to go out and play a shift.
Yeah.
They're like these girls.
I don't know how to call it. Like they even have like this. Like, sorry, I don't know how to call it. Like this thing for beer, like the big one.
Okay. Oh, like a bubba or something, or like a beer holder
on the so they could like walk with it. So it was sliding on the snow.
Oh
I don't know how to call it. Yeah.
It's like they had a beer cooler.
Yeah, something like that. But it was like on the how do you call it? Like slides or something? I don't know.
On a sled? It was on a sled?
Yeah, sled. Yeah.
Oh, they were using a sled to carry around their beer?
Yeah.
That is so funny. Those sleds are made for ice fishing, to carry all your ice fishing gear, not to carry your 2-4s. That's awesome. That's good stuff.
So, I mean, whether it was at the pond hockey tournament or anywhere else, do you have any superstitions that you do? Any specific ways that you tape your stick, or do you put on one skate first all the time? Anything?
Yeah, I do. I actually put everything, like my gear, on the left side first.
Oh, really?
Everything. So skates,
left
side, gloves.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, I do the same thing. I swear to God, left side first before right, or I feel like I'm like something's not right. That's so weird. Yeah. Especially the left skate. The left skate's the most important before the right. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah,
that's crazy because I do the opposite. I put on all my right side first, and then switch over to my left. Weird.
Hockey players are weird creatures, man. So is that it, Marina, for your superstitions or rituals or anything like that, or is there other things?
And then I have like special, like my own system in putting my gear into my hockey bag. So I have to do it by myself. No one can do it. So, and yeah, I think that's it.
So run us through like how you would do that. What do you? So like you're a professional like. You're a professional hockey bag packer, or like you like make sure everything's like where it is, so you take it out and it's like, oh, I know that my shin pad's over by the skate on the left, you know?
Yeah, like I have this is my hockey bag. Helmet is here, shin guards are here, jerseys are here, then here are my water bottle, here's gloves and elbow pads, and then I put my how do I call it? Hockey pads, and then shoulder pads
on top.
Awesome. Yeah, I definitely don't. My poor bag, man, it gets just brutally torn and messed up every time. I have so much extra jerseys and socks and everything that I have to like. I might not even wear it for a year. But just because there's always pickup hockey going on, you need like the white jersey, you need the dark jersey, you need these socks, and then you might have picked up a jersey from one of your friends that they left from behind, and then he doesn't show up the next week, and then you're carrying it still. It just takes up all the damn room, right? So
it's funny because I'm pretty organized with that too, but I do it in a way that when I open my bag, everything is in the proper order of how I put it on. So you take it off and everything goes, your last piece is the first piece you put on when you open your bag. It's crazy because
that's smarter than mine.
Considering I don't play that much and my stuff doesn't really get soaked because I don't play enough to sweat the way Wade probably does. But I mean, you have to air out the bag regardless, but I usually have my equipment so that it's ready to go, put it on in the direction that I keep things on.
Man, you know what? I have to I hand wash my equipment once every 3 or 4 months, man. And I don't know if you guys ever do it. When I was younger, like my mom I would be like, Mom, I'd be like 13 or 14, don't even know how to use the washing machine. Mom, can you wash my equipment? She's just like, I am not touching that stuff, Wade. Sorry, this is how you do it. So I did it in the laundry machine a little, like maybe for a year or two, but man, just throwing shin pads and elbow pads and then jocks and stuff in the laundry washer, it's a horrible racket, and it just sounds like the whole house is going to explode. So I have another method, and I just use I either use a kiddie pool. So I'll just fill up a kiddie pool with laundry detergent, and I'll just go and like stir it like an angry witch, making some nasty like soup or something, and I'll just stir it and I'll rinse it out like that. Or sometimes I have to admit it, I use the bathtub, but I obviously wash the bathtub out after. But man, the water, the color of the water that it turns, man, I'm talking like once every 3 months, like just all that sweat and grime that builds up in there. It's disgusting. I hate it. Like, but you got to keep clean equipment, man, because you can't be the person on the ice that is the worst smelling person on the ice. You know what I mean? Because everyone
that's the
hurts
worst,
you.
like when you can smell someone.
And you know it because you can smell it. It's
when your best friends don't even want to sit beside you on the bench, and they're just like, Wade, dude, buddy, that is rank. Like, dude, you need to go do something with that equipment. I'll just be like, oh yeah, dude, that's bad, man. They're like, you don't smell it? I'm like, I do, but I just haven't washed it, man. I got to do it.
And the worst is when you forget to wash the jersey, because it's like everything smells so good, but the jersey that's covering you is what smells, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah. I feel like females like are a lot more cleaner than males. Like, so, like I know guys. No, it's like no, everyone's sweaty and dirty the same. I know my buddy. I'm not going to name his name because I don't want him to locker box me in our next in the dressing room. So I know a guy that he's been wearing the same socks, guys. I'm talking of the same freaking socks. They're barely socks because there's so much holes in it. I don't even know what you could consider them to be. But he's been wearing them and he hasn't washed them for like 20 years.
Oh my God.
And he still puts it on. They're his good luck socks. He won't change them. It's so nasty, man. They're like, oh, I don't even want to talk about it. Yeah, you know who you are. You know who you are.
Horrible.
Yeah, but the girls can be even worse than guys with this. Yeah. I do have my my teammate who actually goes to Canada with us, And yeah, I feel like she doesn't wash her equipment at all. So yeah.
Do you let her know though? Do you let her know, Marina? Or are you like, yo, go change your equipment? Or,
I don't care. Like, I'm just not gonna stand by her. But like, I have another teammate who always tells her. So
yeah, that's all right. It's with us. So it's weird. You still, I know that you probably have some of the girls on your team that do this, but we still have some of the guys on our team that do it, but they'll play a full game of hockey and they won't shower after. They put their nice clean clothes on and then they go about and they'll go to their girlfriends. I feel so bad for the girlfriends. They're sitting there. I'm just like, oh man, how did you not shower for your girlfriend? She said she smells your dirty equipment, man. You know, it's just so funny that I've always thought that you had to shower after hockey. You get taught at like 13 or 14, okay, time to grow up and go shower with the guys and clean yourself off, right? So, but yeah, there's the people that still just don't even go shower after the game, man.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, you gotta get all that grime off, man. I mean, I get like if I don't have a shower after the game, I almost get like a headache on the way home. I think it's from the fumes of how like nasty it's like the fumes of all my equipment and everything. I'm like, my head gets all hot and I'm like, oh man, you know, but that's very rare because I always shower after the game, right? But anyways,
we'll skip.
Sorry, I'm rambling on here. We're just we get into talking about hockey on this podcast, Marina, and me and Archie can just go on forever about anything. I wanted to ask you. I think you touched base on this question. It wasn't even the question before. You kind of touched base on it, but what is obviously me and Archie? We're Canadian. We're Toronto, Ontario. You could argue that Toronto is the hockey capital, hockey mecca of the world. I know that there's a few viewers that'll definitely have that argument with us, but I mean, hockey is on billboards here. You go down bus stops, billboards, there's advertisements, your coffee cups that you go by, there's maybe a hockey player on it. You know what I mean? Toronto Maple Leafs, stuff like that. The hockey culture is a real thing you see around here. And I just want to ask you, in Czech Republic or where you're from, how is hockey life in the Czech Republic? Like, how is the culture? How's the vibe? Is there people wearing the merchandise of their favorite teams, stuff like that?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty similar to Canada, but we're not that big, you know. So, but the hockey is huge over here. It's national sport. So, yeah, and the tradition is really long. And yeah, so people, yeah, you can go around the city, you will see people wearing the I don't know, clothes with their favorite team. It's pretty much similar, I guess.
Awesome. That's really good. I'm happy that you gave that answer. That makes me feel better that we're not the only ones. Like, it's, you know, sometimes we feel like Canada owns hockey, but I would like to believe that hockey is really being noticed as this big national sport in every country, and that it's just evolving because we do this hockey podcast not because it's just something to do. It's because we're passionate about hockey. We love it so much. I know Archie does too, and you do too, I would assume. But I mean, is hockey not the greatest sport in the world, right? It's just, there's so much different components to it. The skill, the speed, just learning how to skate. There's hitting involved. There's fighting involved. It's just such an amazing sport. And I just hope that it turns into something even bigger than it is now. And every year it just grows and grows. And that's a great answer. I wasn't even hoping. I wasn't thinking you were going to say that. You know, it's a crazy good culture there. I thought you were going to say, oh, it's good here, but for you to come out and say that Czech Republic is like, you know, it's a place that really loves their hockey. That's really cool. So
yeah,
good on you.
Just the women hockey is not popular here, but otherwise the men hockey, that's huge.
Well, Marina, we're trying to. That's the thing too, right? We're even in Toronto. We're trying to the NHL and the Women's Hockey League and everything. We're trying to get that platform of hockey going, especially for female hockey. If you were to tell, like, I know that there's like some Toronto teams, but the thing is, I know that it's the money thing, and the guys still kind of run the sport and everything, and that's what you want to see. But man, if you just advertise the women's hockey and you at different cities, especially in Canada, like if I heard that the Toronto hockey team of women were facing the Montreal team of women and it was televised, I would love to watch it. I think it would be amazing, and I hope that hockey evolves into that sooner than later. Let's just put it that way. It would be amazing to see, amazing for little girls growing up everywhere, and just amazing for equality to really be leveled out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we'll see. Hopefully that's what it is in the near future. I really hope it is, because the more hockey, the better. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because it's been unfortunate because of this year. Toronto's just gotten a women's not NHL, but a women's NWHL, the women's hockey league team. They have not been able to play yet, but I was actually following their social media accounts, and it does say that they are 6 weeks away from the bubble. So they're gonna be going ahead with the season for the women's hockey here, and they're gonna basically do a bubble like they did in Toronto and they did in Edmonton. So we're gonna get to see the Toronto Six, which is the name of the women's hockey team, start their season this year. So it'll be exciting to see them start playing and actually be the first ever. I think they're actually the first ever Canadian team to enter the NWHL. So that'll be pretty cool.
Who sponsored that team? Drake? The Six?
Funny logo, yeah. The logo's all black and gold and
really? So Drake maybe did have something to do with that logo, the Six, right?
I don't know. It's interesting because it does look very much OVO inspired, if you ask me.
Okay, well, that's really, Archie, that's really good news, man. I heard a lot about that, and I know that within the last year they've made some footsteps towards bigger and better things for the women's hockey team. So I mean, man, you just got to advertise it, and and you know what? If that's televised hockey, then you're gonna have, especially Torontonians and Montreal people, you're gonna want to watch that stuff. I'm telling you right now. I think it's a really good move, and they're part of the NHL, correct?
No, so right now the NHL has zero ties to the NWHL. They're trying to through a lot of the ambassadors, former Team Canada Olympians. But right now, Toronto is the only Canadian team. The league only has 6 teams. So they have Buffalo, Boston, Metropolitan, which I'm not sure where they're based out of. Then they have Toronto, Connecticut, and Minnesota, and that's it.
So Toronto's the only Canadian team.
Canada's team in this tournament.
Okay, that's all right. That'll be interesting to watch for sure.
Yep, so that'll be starting soon. So on that discussion, I'm just going to skip a few of these questions because I think we kind of touched base on a lot of these already. Where are we here? So you recently completed your master's. You were telling me the other day.
Yeah.
About that. What did you take, and what are you doing?
It was master's in physical and health education, and I just started to work as a dental nurse, so it's something different. But I did because the school system is different than in Canada or USA. So we have, like, if we go to high school, we kind of have to know what we want to do in life.
Oh, wow.
So,
what?
Yeah.
Soon?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
So what, by what age in high school, like, should you know it? Like, you don't just go into, so how does high school run in Czech Republic, Marina? Is it grade 9 to 12 or?
No, it's grade 10 till 14. So it's 4 years. And
so essentially 4 years of high school like us. Okay.
Yeah, and you go there when you're 15, 16.
So you finish high school when you're 20 or 19?
Yeah, when you're 20. Yeah, 19, 20. Yeah.
Wow.
So I did medical high school, so that's why I can do the nursing stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Different method, over there. But that's kind of cool. I mean, Just personally going off that, I mean, that would scare the living bejesus out of me, because I really didn't even know what I wanted to do until I was about 23 or 24. So that puts a lot of puts a little bit of stress on the kids, right? You're still a young kid at even 18, 19, looking at the world and all the opportunities and different career choices, right? So, but I mean, hey, if that's what works, as long as you love what you do and you're going for it and you enjoy work, then that's a good method, good strategy for the Czech Republic. I think it's kind of cool.
I don't think it's really smart. Well, you still have the school when you don't know what you want to do, but it's called gymnasium, but you have to go to, or you should go to university after, because when you finish the gymnasium, you can't really do anything.
Oh wow, so you still have to go after that. It's kind of giving yourself more time to think, basically.
Yeah. And it's for really smart kids, so if you're not smart enough and you don't know what to do, you're kind of
screwed.
Wow. I would be screwed.
That's crazy.
That's like militant sounding, man. Isn't it? It's just like, you're gonna do this and you're gonna know what you're gonna do, and oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, even me, I didn't know what I wanted to do after the high school. So I finished the medical high school and I went to the bachelor program in journalism. So so it was totally different thing.
Wow.
So right now you're doing you're in dentistry, correct?
Yeah.
But you do journalism as well? Is that what you just said? Sorry, I didn't understand. Right.
I did it like the bachelor degree. I have it in journalism, but the master's I have in physical education and health education.
Very good. So with that education, you can still there's still other career paths and choices that you could make, at any time. I mean, you're still young. 26 is still a young time to get into any career. You could stop what you're doing and literally start something and you're ready to go, right? I mean, if you don't enjoy what you do now, that being said, but
I just started, so I will see, but I think
you gotta let it sit and give it time for sure.
Yeah.
Right on. So just to go back to the World Hockey Championship, when you came to Canada for that tournament, you represented the Prague Ice Ladies. I saw some pictures of those jerseys and they were really cool design. Did you guys design them, or did someone design them for you?
It was actually my friend. He's a professional hockey player. He's kind of famous in Czech, but he's older. He's, I think, 40. And he texted me one day because he saw our Instagram, and he was asking if we want to help somehow. And I said, yeah, why not? So he said he has the company for making jerseys. So he made it for us. He also designed that.
Very awesome. Nice. Did you guys have any input in the jersey, or he was just like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do this design and it's gonna look awesome?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of communicated. Sorry.
No, it's all right. Communicated
with him. But yeah, he was everything he did, it was perfect. So yeah, I didn't have to do anything.
So the reason I like them so much is actually because I don't know if you saw them. They're blue and white, so they look like a Leaf jersey. And basically they've got the crest in the middle with the hockey sticks kind of crossing.
Was it for the her Instagram post when the one that you used for the Between the Pipes podcast? Was it that jersey?
Oh, that's the white version, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I actually took the Toronto Maple Leafs jersey as the one I wanted to look like the Toronto jersey. So
that's the best answer.
Yes.
Best jersey.
Absolutely. We'll totally agree with you on that one. Who is your favorite team in the NHL? Who's your favorite team? And then go off. Who's your favorite? What's the favorite jersey?
Well, you know what? I always like New York Rangers because of my brother. That was his favorite NHL team. But like for me, I think I like Los Angeles Kings better.
Nice.
Do you like their new retro throwback reverse jerseys?
Yeah, I do like them. But
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I think I actually like the Quebec Nordics the
Oh,
best.
that's a beautiful one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're hoping that Gary Bettman really digs in deep for us, which probably won't happen unless someone else takes over the NHL. But he really likes expanding to the American teams, obviously with the last team, Seattle, and the Vegas Golden Knights. But we're really hoping, Marina, that Quebec Nordiques come back to Canada because it's such a cool rivalry with Montreal and Toronto to have the Nordiques. And those jerseys are freaking awesome. I like them too. They're really cool.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
And just an additional point with the World Hockey Championship. So when you came, was that something that was a sponsored tournament? Did you guys get any sort of sponsors to come here to do that? Or was that something you guys had to all pay out of pocket to come here and just participate yourselves?
I actually found some sponsors. So it was my dad's friend, so it wasn't really hard. But he paid for our plane tickets and for the tournament, like the start, I don't know, like the payment for
like a tournament fee.
Yeah.
Cool.
So he did that. So that was a lot of money actually.
Oh, I bet.
And then the other things we paid from our pocket.
Wow. So basically you paid for the hotel, food, and drinks.
Yeah, and then for the car rental and stuff. So it was
True.
still.
Oh yeah, that's right. Transportation too.
Still
right?
a lot of money, but yeah, he helped us a lot.
So now, is there a winner in this tournament? Like, does somebody actually win at the end, or is it just for fun and that's it?
Yeah. It's actually, it's all fun and stuff, but it's actually kind of competitive.
Yeah.
So, we ended up on 5th place, and I don't remember. Yeah, some Canadian girls won, obviously. Yeah, we were the only one from Europe. So.
Oh, you were the only European team?
Like in the women division, we were the only one from Europe.
Wow.
But in the men division, there were actually a couple teams from Czech and Slovakia also.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the other teams were from Canada mostly and USA. There was some team from Cayman Islands.
No way. Sweet. The Cayman Islands.
Yeah. But they are like professional players from Canada, so yeah. But
that all moved to the Cayman Islands together after their career, of course.
That's why.
Yeah, and this year some Canadian team from New Brunswick won, like the men division. But last year and the year before, it was Czech teams who won the men division.
Wow,
nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You know what? I was going to say that, hold on. I lost my train of thought there. I was going to say how was the after party after the games and everything? Like, was the nightlife crazy? Were you guys all going to the same bar and everything and kind of meeting? And
yeah, there is like beer tent. So everyone goes there. And then some guys I think they're from Montreal or maybe Toronto. I'm not really sure. And they go there since the beginning of the tournament, which was in 2002, I think. And they bought a house on the other side of the road. And they made it a bar. So when the beer tent closes, everyone goes to the bar. Yeah.
So is this pond hockey tournament, Marina, is it held in the same spot every year in New Brunswick?
Yeah, it is.
Wow, that's really cool, man.
So the Canadian guys go there almost every year, and also there was some team from Boston. They won like 6 times, I think. So they also go there every year. Yeah.
That's cool. You were talking about it's not really lackadaisical hockey or whatever. You know what? As hockey players or just as athletes in general, we're all kind of competitive. That's why we play. So even like when you play pickup hockey, like with your friends or whatever, it's like, oh, I'm just going to go out and enjoy. Well, really, there's still that competitive edge every time. Doesn't matter how you play. It's just built in our blood, right? So if you love sports, you love being an athlete, you take pride in it. And I mean, I'm one, I guess the lingo would be like a go hard or a hardo. You know what I mean? Someone that always tries. It's definitely hard for me to like take my foot off the gas when I play hockey. Like my buddies, my biggest skill set, I would say, is my speed. So for me, like I just grab the puck and I'll go. And if it's like a shinny or whatever, my buddies will always be like, man, slow down. Like we're just playing hockey. I'm like, sorry, man. I just want to get by you so I can take a shot on net. Like, I don't know, man. But no, that's good. It's good that, I mean, I'm glad that you brought this, that we have you on here and you can talk about this pond hockey tournament too, because it could be something in the near future. Like even me and Archie might, like, it would be cool to go down there, Archie, and maybe host a podcast or even play in the tournament, but host a podcast, have a couple of different people come on the show from the pond hockey tournament, get some pictures, get some videos, things like that, and really advertise this pond hockey tournament, right? It would be so cool.
Yeah, you should do that.
Oh, yeah, and then we'll get Marina to come co-host with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes back, I mean, that's definitely something I'd love to see, because we don't really have pond hockey tournaments here in Ontario.
Not in Toronto.
I've never heard of one, right?
Yeah.
I think we do have some, because I did my diploma thesis about the World Pond Hockey Championship. So I was going through all those pond hockey tournaments, but they're not so big.
They're not so big, yeah.
Yeah, this one is one of the biggest ones.
All right, so then we know we have a plan now. Whenever this COVID business finishes, Wade, we're gonna put together a team of people and we're gonna go over.
We should, man. It would be awesome, bud. When does this pond hockey tournament usually held, Marina?
It's the same date every year. It's, I think, February 13th till 4 days. So
okay, so yeah, so it's every like February. It's always like the second week of February or whatever that weekend. Yeah, and then hopefully it just doesn't fall on Valentine's Day for all the people locked up in a relationship.
Wait, this is perfect. Because of this year being canceled, I'm on their website. The 20th anniversary event is February 17th to the 20th of 2022. Mm-hmm. It's their big one, 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
buddy, maybe we go down there and make this a real thing then. That would be really cool.
Book it. We are going to go.
Yeah, you definitely should.
Just like that, you got us coming.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
It's cool. Like I see the pictures. They have a bunch of little mini rinks, basically. It looks like a lot of backyard rinks all set up. It looks like in the picture there's like 10 of them, and they're just rinks everywhere.
It's 22 of them, actually, or 23. Yeah, and they're not so small how they look. They're kind of...
Yeah, they look big.
Especially for 4-on-4, right?
Yeah,
Lots more room to play.
And there's no goalie.
No goalie.
No goalie. Like, and are you shooting on little nets? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Wow, it's all.
And what's the? So is it like? Is it 2 periods? Is it like 15 minutes and 15 minutes, or how does it work?
Yeah, it's you just said it. It's 2 periods, 15 minutes.
15 minutes each.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's kind of like hockey time standard. Like when you even grow up around here, it's 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. They always try to get it up to like that 30-minute mark, right?
Yeah.
And I would just think to keep the games flowing and quickly, 2 15-minute periods would probably be the best way to do it. So no, that's really cool, Marina. Me and Archie we're thrilled to get you on the show. Trust me, I'm gonna give Archie a hug and a kiss when I see him for getting you on the show and just talking about, like, you know, having the female perspective on hockey. It's really cool just because when any female hockey player I ever talk to, it's almost like there's the bond of sister and brotherhood already, because hockey is in our blood. It's just so much easier to converse and socialize with each other because we're into the same kind of stuff. So, but no, it's really cool, man. You do the pond hockey tournament in Canada every year. You're the only team from Czech Republic I think it's awesome that you girls continue to do that, because obviously you paint a little bit of a target on your back, because the Canadian females could definitely be a little vicious for that, right? Let's get these Czech Republic. Who do they think they are coming here? That's really cool though, man. Good for you. I'm just loving that you're promoting hockey and evolving it. Your whole Instagram says it. Lots of posts, you in hockey gear, and that's exactly what the hockey world needs. So good on you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess we'll wrap things up. I know it's late for you there.
It's like 3:30 in the morning for her, or something like that. No.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is actually. We're talking hour and something. So yeah.
Yep. So we'll let you go. Go get some sleep. Thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. We hope we can have you again sometime soon. Hopefully when all this clears up, we can talk more hockey. And who knows, maybe in 2022, we'll be doing this live from the World Pond Hockey Championships.
That would be so cool, man. That's the vision now, man. That's the vision. Marina opened up doors to different places for us here.
Yeah,
you know what's good about the podcast too is we could literally just bring it our phones and computers with us, and as long as we have a decent Wi-Fi and internet connection, we could do it anywhere. We could do it outside for all we care. People walking in the backgrounds, we could have the rinks in the backgrounds, maybe set up some kind of like gazebo tent or whatever, and we could really do it, man. I think it would be freaking awesome.
We can.
That would be so cool, and I think that the players would love it too.
And we wouldn't even tell them. I guess we would have to get a hold of the president of the program or whatever that's running it.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He would let you guys to do it.
Yeah, awesome, man. That's something in the making then that we got here. But as Archie was saying, just a quick goodbye and thank you for coming on the show. Really appreciate your perspective and your career talking about hockey. That's what we love to do, and there's lots more hockey to be talked about in the near future. So, like Archie said, hopefully we can have you on the show in the future, especially when COVID clears up and we're kind of back to normal here. But again, thank you so much for coming on the show, Marina. We really truly appreciate it. Like it's been a pleasure.
Thank you to you guys.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll talk
soon.
Go
get some sleep.
Yeah, I will. Excited.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Bye, Marina.
All right. Well, we know we're working in 2022.
Dude, what a cool thing how that came about there. I mean, I'm willing to get together and go down there and kind of see what it's all about, hang out. We could just we don't even need to go there and play the pond hockey if we didn't want to. Me and you could just travel down, just
go check it out,
set it up, and we could have a couple of the players come and talk about the pond hockey, and that's about it. That would be a really cool show, and it would be a good advertisement for that pond hockey tournament.
So I just looked it up. It's in it's almost in along the border of I don't even know what is attached to this here, but it's I would say it's closer to the northwest corner of New Brunswick type of thing. So not too close. It's actually way away from the water side. So it's I mean, I don't know how long that distance is compared to Ontario.
New Brunswick from here would be, I'm telling you right now, would be probably a 12-hour drive. Because I know to get to Nova Scotia is about 16 hours. Okay. So New Brunswick is I'd say about a 12, 13-hour drive. But it would be good, man. It would be good to go there. Like I said, it's a lot of forest and it's a lot of forest landscape kind of there, man. There's no like mountains. It's a lot of not flat land, but it's almost like a more forestry kind of Ontario, right? There's just a lot of trees and a couple roads and whatever there, but it is a beautiful place, man. It's a nice drive. It's a really nice drive to go through New Brunswick.
All right. So couple more things. So, I don't know if you've been following. So I've been trying to figure out if anybody has any sort of information with the upcoming season. And the latest I've heard is that they're still aiming for that January, I believe, 13th start date.
Yeah.
There were some issues with the proposed division alignment. And I thought the issue was going to be with having a Canadian division. Nobody cares about that. Apparently, there's a couple of American teams that felt certain teams should be in different divisions or whatever the case may be. So it has been retabled for discussion. They're going to look at making whatever changes they feel they need to make people. But yeah, like that looks like money's kind of been put aside, and it looks like they're no longer talking or renegotiating when it comes to their agreements they made a couple months ago. So fingers crossed, man. If all goes well, we may see hockey in about a month's time. Of course, with the juniors, however, set to start Christmas Day, hopefully. Fingers crossed again.
Let's go, man.
That some teams may drop out. I believe there are currently 10 teams in the tournament, and the tournament can still go on with 8. So if 2 teams drop, they can still have it. If it's more than 2, I don't know what happens after that.
Yeah, Archie, I really hope that that doesn't happen, man. I mean, we've just been so hungry for hockey, anything hockey in this world, this junior championship. Doesn't even matter if it's a COVID year. We always look so forward to this tournament, man. It's so good to see these young prospects play. And if they shut it down, it's truly gonna be a deep wound for fans everywhere this tournament, and especially for Canadians, because like I said, there's just so much tradition with this junior tournament. So I really hope that it goes through. I believe it will, but it would be heart-wrenching if this tournament got canceled, man. It would just be another damper for 2020, and then you just got to look forward to the NHL season. But it's scary right now with COVID, man. The numbers are still jumping. Like, they're getting higher and higher. I know that in Toronto, for fact, we had I think we had the most death total today in a single day or something today. And that's really scary. So, I mean, these kids are going in a bubble, and they're isolated and all that kind of stuff. And they've been quarantining. And if they've had any cases like Canada has, they've quarantined the 14 days. They're already out practicing. So let's just hope that no cases come about, because we're talking about kids here. We're talking about teenagers, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the tournament did get canceled just for the case of, no parent and no family member want their kid getting this virus. And hockey is not the world, and life is way more important, and the safety of these players is so much more important than hockey itself. So if it needs to be canceled, it does. It'll just be such a huge blow if it is, but let's hope that everything runs smoothly. Hope the kids stay healthy, and the virus stays outside of that bubble and nothing leaks in. That's for sure, right? We want to see junior hockey.
Absolutely. And especially this year, because I sent you a quick screenshot earlier. This is probably the best team that Canada's been able to put down on paper, with 20 of their 22 skaters on the roster being first-round picks.
That's insane.
Almost double what they've ever had. I think the most before that was 15 back in 2011. 15? Yeah. So this is huge. Like, it's they won gold in 2020, and they had 10 first-round picks. So, like, they've got a solid team this year. It would be really unfortunate if these guys don't get a chance to play together to be able to defend that gold medal. I don't know. Like, I'm hoping that things will still go. I think out west it's not as bad as it is towards middle to eastern. Regions in Canada. So hopefully they're able to control things enough over there to be able to actually have the tournament. Because, I mean, this would be the perfect segue into the NHL season. Get everybody excited, get the blood rushing. You know what I mean? It'd be perfect.
Buddy, it's the perfect wake up call to get ready for NHL hockey. It's just, you know what I mean? Everyone's been looking forward to this tournament. I know that I have, so I know you are. And just like you said, man, it's the perfect segue to get hockey back in our blood, man, to get it back in our minds and get excited. So Let's really hope so, man. I know that the Swedes are supposed to have a really good team this year. Russia's supposed to have a good team this year. USA has a top heavy team this year. That, from what I've heard, they got some real talent up front. And who's the team I've missed? Finland. I haven't heard too much about Finland, but they're always there.
Finland's a dark horse every year.
We'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I mean, 20 of 22 first round picks on the Canadian team. I mean, that can either be a really good thing or a really bad thing, because we haven't really seen this before. So We'll see what kind of players stand out. We'll see if they can really play together as a team, and hopefully not too much individual talent shows through, or a couple guys think that they need to lift the team on their shoulders by themselves, even though it usually happens anyway. But I mean, you got a lot of competitiveness on a team with 20 first round picks. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that it happens, and I'm really looking forward to that. Even December 25th, Canada plays on Boxing Day, but I'll definitely be looking forward to watching all the different teams and the prospects come on and play, because there's a few guys that I'm looking forward to seeing that I know are going to be NHLers and really good ones in the near future. So
yeah, absolutely. I'll be probably watching all of it just for the sake of watching hockey, because I miss it so much. So now, one of the things that a lot of people are talking about is the season that just ended, 2020, versus the season that hopefully happens for 2021. So at the beginning, I was one of those people who said, whoever wins a cup in 2020 season should have a little asterisk beside it because it was a bullshit season. Then I started to realize maybe not, because it was actually a much harder season to compete in, with a crazy playoff format and the play-in tournament and the reseeding where, top teams didn't necessarily finish where they should have. And it was just like they played hockey hard and very limited with breaks up until we got to the final. So, and I think they were about 70-ish games into the season when the season went on pause. So technically, the season was shortened, but I think the playoffs were a lot harder for them this past season. So I'm going to say 2020 was very difficult, and I have a feeling 2021 it could be hard, but it might be a toss-up. Like, they're talking now they might only play 56 games. If after everything is done, it might end up being 48 games. So they might literally play a half a season compared to the one we just saw. And there's been zero discussion as to how the playoffs would go, how they would rank. I keep hearing rumors that they're going to look at, again, basing it on win percentage, kind of like what basketball does. I hate that. I hope they if they do it, I hope they're just doing it again because of the weird situation they're in right now. Because I know in the previous years, they've been rumored to looking to consider doing that moving forward. And I hate it. I think it's a dumb way to seed. There's so many things I would change, like bring back the tie, bring back the single point tie. Like, you don't need to go to a shootout. You don't need to have a definitive winner in every game. So if you go into this whole winning percentage thing, I don't think it's fair. But even with this season coming, with this all Canadian division, again, how do the playoffs work? How, like, you've got 4 divisions. One is Canadian.
7 Canadian teams as well. So what is it, the top 3? You know what I mean? You would have to have the top 4 Canadian teams. Yeah. Because you would need 2 of them to play each other, right? It's up in the air, man.
It's really messy. I would hate to be the guy in charge of all this, but I mean, I kind of wish they would release this information, because you think about it, if you have teams in the American side that finish with better records, they won't make the playoffs because they're not in the Canadian division. So the Canadian division has an advantage because it's only 7 teams. And it's just so weird how they're going to rank it, because it's also not fair if you only pick top 2 in each division or whatever it might be, because you can't, because now you have a 7-team Canadian division where 3 or 4, maybe 5 might deserving to be in a playoff position where they won't because of how the whole alignment is. So, and then
the structure is going to be all messed up, man, for sure. It's a lot of work for whoever is managing all this. So,
yep. And this is why I'm going to argue that if they do have an asterisk on a season, it's the upcoming season. This is just going to be so sloppy, and it sucks because I'm not saying this because I'm a biased Leaf fan, but the Leafs actually put together a team that I think, and I'm sure you agree, could compete. And now it's like, man, all those 1-year contracts, what a waste. I don't even want to watch that with how it's going to unfold, because as a Leaf fan, all I want is for Leafs to win the cup, but not like this. I don't want to see a modified season being, oh, the Leafs only won because it was a bullshit modified season. We'll never live that down. So I don't even want them to do well. It's
dude, every Torontonian, every Maple Leaf fan would be absolutely fine with that, to win a cup in a modified season, but everyone else wouldn't be. That's exactly how it's going to go down. So, I mean, for me, I think, you know, this upcoming season, there's going to be players that possibly opt out because they don't want to go play. There's going to be players that catch the virus that will be quarantining for 14 days, no practice without their team. Who knows the long-term respiratory symptoms that they could have when they do come back, and if they're playing at their full potential still. And then just to play 56 games, and all the mental stuff that you're going through. I mean, you're not going to see your family as much because there's going to be so much back-to-backs, and you're going to be stuck in different area codes all the time, doing a 7 or 10 or 14 day playoff with these teams for you know, whatever kind of format that they want to play to get the season going. But 56 games is still, I mean, what was it in 2013? I think it was actually half. It was like 42 games or something, right?
Yeah.
And that was the year, I think, what was Chicago or LA won. But dude, at the end of the day, Archie, the best team wins. That's the argument you have to have, right? The best team is going to pull through and win the playoffs, because you know what? When it comes, this is the season we're talking about. You have 56 games. If you're one of the better teams in this 56 games, then playoffs, they're not gonna fiddle around with the playoffs and change up the format of playoffs. They're gonna keep it at 7 games, and it's gonna be 4 friggin' rounds, okay? And it's gonna be hard fought playoff hockey. And whoever prevails and wins the cup, they're going to go through some hell of a journey to win a cup in this type of era, in this COVID era, because it's still hard fought hockey, man. It's still the best teams. Even if there's a Cinderella team that comes out of nowhere and makes playoffs, I guess you can almost say, kind of like Vancouver Canucks last year. No one thought they were going to. What did they go? Second round, third round? I think they went to the second round, and they made it pretty far into the second round. Like they went to like a game 7, right? Or something.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? The best teams, what my point is, man, I'm kind of rambling, guys, sorry. But my point is the best teams win the Stanley Cup regardless of the season, the amount of games played in the season. And playoffs is always going to be, you're going to need 16 hard-fought games, or sorry, what is it? You need 16 hard-fought wins to win a Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? So
no, playoffs is still, it's a whole new game, right?
Playoffs is still the bet. If you win the Stanley Cup, you've played 16 hard games that you've won, and you deserve a Stanley Cup, man. And that's just my opinion. But I mean, hopefully people realize that it's just the era we're in. It's COVID-19. There's not much more we can do. And whoever wins the cup, like, screw the asterisks. Let's like Tampa Bay won the cup this year. They played 72 regular season games, and they were well deserving to win that cup, and the best team won the cup. And that's exactly how it's going to be for this year. So let's play, boys. Doesn't matter if it's it doesn't matter if you play 10 games through the season and you play one team once each, or let's say you play 28 or 30 games and you play each team once. You go into playoffs, I still think that's good enough. Seriously. Like, as long as you face each team once, you give it your all, the outcome, have it kind of like a football style. You know, you face, I know that in football they don't play every team once, but, they play out of the 25 or 30 football teams. I don't know how many there are in the NFL, but they play each team like, once or maybe twice, maybe 1 or 2 teams they play twice. I think the NHL is going to go on with it, and I just hate that people are talking about an asterisk already with this 2021 season.
Yeah.
The best team comes out with the cup, guys. That's bottom line. That's bottom line.
Absolutely. And I mean, like you said, it is it's a whole new tournament, right? You could almost just go into it, even if you went straight into the playoffs. It's 16 games. You got to win 16 games. Doesn't matter.
Got to win 16 games of playoff hockey, man.
Yep.
The hardest hockey you could play.
Hopefully we get to see that. Hopefully you don't get guys getting injured, and it'll be interesting how the NHL handles. I heard today, and I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm not sure how the world in general feel about this, but apparently the NHL is looking into purchasing vaccines for the players, which kind of puts them on at the front of the line.
Yeah.
Not sure how I feel about that when it comes to saving lives and what's important. Not that theirs is not important, but I know that initially in Canada, I believe they're going to be starting off with essential workers, frontline workers, hospital staff, which makes
anyone
sense,
more vulnerable to catching the virus, or older people and stuff like that. Anyone that has any health problems right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And our Prime Minister said that originally we might not have the whole country, for example, able to be vaccinated until September at the earliest. So even though they're getting some, it's nowhere near enough to cover the whole country all at once. So does the NHL have the money to do this? Absolutely, they do. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them taking away from the rest of the world, if you want to look at it that way. But if it allows them to be safe in their work environment, then I can understand the reasoning behind it. Obviously, you don't want to see anybody get sick or even, God forbid, pass away from this thing. So heard that on the news not too long ago. So I'm not sure how receptive people are going to be when it comes to that. But that's another thing they're looking into, because obviously now they can't have bubbles this early. Potentially in the playoffs, I'm sure they'll probably re-explore that if they need to. Because then you'll be down to 16 teams again. You can kind of do the same thing you did before, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting how they kind of conclude their plans moving forward with the upcoming season.
It's an interesting argument there, Archie, just because I think when you're looking at it, I mean, you're what you just said with the vaccine and giving it to the NHLers, and that's basically labeling them as more important people over other people that should be getting this vaccine before them or whatever. But but there's the argument too. I mean, the mental health part of it all, the people that are looking forward to something bigger, something better, something that they can makes them happy and uplifts them. And that's a mental health scenario for me as well, just because you want the hockey players. These guys are making millions of dollars. And I get that. I think that as long as you handle the most vulnerable people with the vaccine first in Canada, which is the plan from what I heard, like we were just talking about older people over 60 or whatever, and then people with health problems or whatever already, then as long as you take care of them, you have hockey players, NFL players and stuff that need this vaccine too, because they don't have a choice to be quarantining at home. They're getting paid millions of dollars to show up, and they're with these people every day, and there's 20, 25, 30 people, management, teammates all the time around them, and at the end of the day, they're playing for millions of people that look forward to watching a hockey game or an NFL game or a basketball game, because that releases them and gives them something to look forward to, and it uplifts them and makes them feel happy, right? So it's an emotional kind of thing. It keeps people away from depression. That sports is an antidote for depression and people that are dealing with mental illness to some standards anyway, just because dude, everyone's looking forward to it, right? So so I understand the argument, and it's always going to go half and half or whatever. It's going to be close to a half and half argument. Like, no, we should take care of people before we worry about sports and entertainment. But you have to remember, it's entertainment, sports and entertainment for a reason, because millions of viewers and people look forward to this. And some people, hockey is life. They don't do anything except wait for a Maple Leaf game on a Tuesday or Thursday, especially in like Canada and stuff anyway, or there's definitely certain districts where hockey and sports in general is just the most important thing to them. So it keeps them level. But there's going to be an argument. There always is, Archie. But I go both. I don't have one side I would pick. Obviously, I don't want to get into that political debate. But it is what it is. I just hope that when this vaccine does come out, that that the people that need to be taken care of first, that need it the most, are going to be taken care of, and then it just kind of shifts around, and it gets given to the people, you know, that don't need it as much. You know what I mean? Eventually, like you said, in September, and then you get into the conversation, which this is a sports podcast and hockey podcast. You get into the conversation of the rebellion of people that are not going to want to take this vaccine and what's going to happen in the world. And I mean, that's another conversation that you can just think about how ugly and how crazy that can get. So, but as far as hockey, man, I mean, I just hope that they do get vaccinated eventually, and unless there's a huge pushback or something. But what else can we say, Archie? I just want the world to go back to normal, man. I just want everything to go back to normal, and the quickest way to do that seems to be this vaccine. And I understand there's some people that have big issues with it, and I don't even know what my thoughts are on it. I don't know if I would go get this vaccine yet. I don't know the long-term effects. I don't know the short-term effects. I really don't know too much about it, and that's a scary thing because it's the unknown about this whole thing. So we'll see, man. What are we gonna do, man? Let's get back to normal here, man. I just want to get back to normal, Arch. I want to watch hockey.
Absolutely.
Back to normal.
And speaking of watching, we have, as always, a number of podcasts and shows that you are able to watch on the network here. Pretty much ranging from any and every sport that you can think of. So here's just a quick idea. And it's not just sports, it's all entertainment things as well. So here's a quick idea of what you've got and what you can look forward to each week.
War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Bringing that to competitors. Till we see the confetti fall, be ready for war. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Bringing that to competitors. Till we see the confetti fall, be ready for war. Tell them I'm ready, any opponent. The crown heavy and every minute is chosen. A path only fit for kings, and you won't know what this court means. What did you enlist for? If it isn't getting more rings, then you gon' have to switch your team. Trust me, it gets more mean. I'm a nightmare going up against your dreams. First step is explosive like a bomb hit. Bet if I let it fly, I cannot miss. And you ain't got a chance at the top 10 when you getting clamped all night by your locksmith. On the block throwing lobs to my top bigs. I'm a chef, no look, what's the top dish? Tie game, through the pressure as the clock ticks. Crossover, step back, hit a shot, swish. Tell them that's what we ready for. Tell them that's what we ready for.
Hey, you know what? I just want to say something about this podcast and about podcasts in general. Guys, I found that just through this pandemic and everything, I've really enjoyed listening to podcasts a lot more than before COVID-19 happened. And I'm not even trying to really advertise it just to make you seem like you should watch podcasts, but my favorite way to do it is to get in my car and not necessarily watch the screen or anything, obviously, but just put it on my car, put it on Bluetooth, and just listen to what people have to say about all these different sports and entertainment products that we have here, whether it's wrestling or boxing or anything that you just seen come up that we advertise there. But podcasts are really cool. My favorite way to do it is to listen to it in the car. It really gets me home. The drive home just seems a lot better. You can, it's almost like radio, but it's a wonderful thing to be able to listen to a little bit of hockey talk or whatever you're into and have different perspectives of people, amateur people that are just like you. So that want to talk about whatever they want to talk about. And I just want to put that out there, guys. My favorite thing to do is put it on in my car. That's the best way to listen to the podcast. So any way you want to do it, but that's my 2 cents on it.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. So I did a quick while we were on that commercial, just because in honor of the great one, I don't know if you heard about this today, but $1.29 million for the great one's rookie card today at an auction. Obviously, I'm assuming this was like a top-notch Gen 10 card. 1.29 million. Gretzky's setting records even with playing the game anymore. It's unbelievable. And it's crazy because now I bet you everybody's going through those shoe boxes looking for that Gretzky card, hoping it's in great condition, sending it in to get graded. This couldn't happen at a better time. I saw an ad yesterday. I is selling 14 Gretzky rookie cards for $11,000 Canadian. If I had $11,000 right now to throw at it, amazing investment, because I'm not saying you're going to get $1 million for each one of those cards, because you're not, but you're paying less than $1,000 for each card. And I can guarantee you will make money back hands down. This guy's looking to make his quick 14 his quick 11,000, and he's good. But, not all the cards are going to be worth millions, but this is huge. The card industry blew up during COVID, and this is a great example of the Gretzky's value is, because you no McDavid, no Crosby, no Ovechkin, no modern day card will ever come anywhere close, simply because of the reason of obvious mass production cards these days. Even though they do have limited runs for certain cards, no limited card, I don't care what one of them you've got in your collection, will ever come close to fetching the value of a Wayne Gretzky rookie card, OPG, of course, and legit. None of this under reprint stuff that's out there. There's a lot of garbage out there too. But yeah, somebody got rich today, man.
Archie, we're getting a little digital here.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen it, but we're getting a little disruption.
You want to jump out and back in?
No, it was on your side, but hopefully it doesn't show up. But anyways, away from that, it seems that it's getting better now. But just touching base on Gretzky, buddy, you couldn't have said it better there. I don't need to add anything. Gretzky is the greatest hockey player there ever was and there ever will be. I don't see anyone ever beating, especially some of his records or anything. I know that we were talking about that earlier, could have came close to his goal total, but that looks like that's shoved under the rug now just because of COVID-19. But Gretzky is Gretzky. He's the great one, number 99. It's retired for a reason in the NHL. No one will ever wear it, and no one will ever be Gretzky. And OPG is I think the original hockey card company that came out back in the day, right? So that being said, that's a total original thing, and good for Gretzky. Still, like you said, still breaking records, dude.
It's crazy. But yeah, you mentioned podcasts and listening to them in the car and whatnot. So I agree. I find that sometimes I'll go back and listen to some of our shows too, just to kind of get an idea of how we sound versus when you're watching. And then sometimes you catch things that you didn't really catch each other say, or with other podcasts, obviously, if I'm listening for the first time. I find for me, it's at night when I'm either sitting in my office trying to get things ready for the next day, or when I'm just laying down, winding down the night, I'll throw on my headphones and just listen to a podcast of some sort. So yeah, I do think that the COVID lockdowns definitely brought a lot of attention to us, and a lot of new podcasts came out. And I think it's great that people are making good time and talking about stuff that they love to talk about, because why not? Yeah. It's a cool hobby, and it allows you to maintain that social aspect that a lot of us have lost as a result of COVID. But yeah, of course, with that comes support. We need support from everybody. In particular, here at The Buzz, we're trying to get things going. We're trying to get people to follow, to like, to share, to subscribe, whatever the case may be. Just please do what this video tells you to do, man.
Get the Lambo car, house in the hills with the stars. Told you I'd raise the bar, told you that I'd go far. Baby, it's crystal clear. I'm not a silver
Yeah, now I'm not. Now I am advertising the Buzz in general. Just what a great podcast site, guys! It's amazing what the Buzz creators and the presidents of the Buzz have done, and it just has a variety of anything that you guys want to listen to. And what's cool about these podcasts here is, I mean, I'm not into journalism or anything like that, but I'm just a true passionate hockey fan, and it's what I love to do and talk about. And hockey is really my life, and I don't know who I would be without it. And you get my perspective, and I just love that me and Archie can just sit here and talk about everything that we feel, and that we can have our viewers come in and comment and say what they feel, and we can answer some questions and things like that. So it's really cool to interact, especially with these podcasts and going live, and ask me and Archie anything at any time, and we'll try to get back to you during the podcast and see what's going on. And like I said, it's not on this like professional standard. You know what I mean? We're here. We're doing it because we're passionate about what we do and what we like and what we love, and that is hockey. So it's cool to share this with you guys. Trust me, I can't even wait for juniors to start up and for the NHL to start up and to really dig deep into the real hockey chatter. You know, whether it's a nice goal or a hit that we want to debate, if it was a clean or a clean one or a bad one, and which fight was really good. And dude, I can't even wait. But the Buzz is the real deal, and we're doing really big things. And thanks for the management and the creators of the Buzz. I'm really happy that I'm on here and I could do this with you guys, and live this fun dream of mine. I mean, this is really great, guys. It's really cool to connect. So thank you for your support. Thank you for everything. And that's my 2 cents on that. Anything else that you want to get going talking about, Archie? Or
no, that's we pretty much covered everything. We do have one more show coming up next week, and then after that, a little bit of a hiatus, obviously, with Christmas falling on Friday, and then the following week is New Year's Day. We'll throw in a little surprise episode somewhere, because hopefully by that time we'll have some junior hockey to talk about. So we'll figure it out. But otherwise, as of right now, we've got our show next week. Nothing planned as of yet, but there could be something brewing. But until then, stay tuned, keep it safe, be safe out there, and hockey. Hopefully we'll be back soon, and hopefully next week we'll have some great news to break on when. So with that being said, adios.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for the viewers. Thank you. Thanks for having our nice Czech Republican girl on here in Marina. She did a really great job. So it was cool to get her feedback here and be on the show. Good for women's hockey. But like Archie, what a great find to get her on here, and just for any of the females in the women audience that we have. Just to get her perspective, and hockey is for everyone, guys. Hockey is for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what you like. Hockey is hockey, and it unites us all, just as we had in the last podcast. So thank you again, guys, for the viewing. It's Friday night. Everyone stay safe from COVID-19. I can't wait to do another show soon. And Archie will definitely be letting everyone know just on the site and everything when that show will be. But we're ready to go whenever we get the nod and whenever Archie wants to go. So that's a perfect thing, guys. Enjoy your night. Have a good weekend from me.
And one last thing, we did reach our view total. We were aiming for 10K. We've surpassed that by way more than I ever thought, which is amazing. Thank you again for that. So when I owe you something, we owe you something big, and we're working on it. We're going to get it all sorted out, and stay tuned for that as well, because you're going to love it. And we're hoping this will turn into something that we can get feedback from everybody and try to get the country, the continent, the world, why not, involved in a challenge that we're going to propose to you. So stay tuned for that as well.
Right on, Archie. Absolutely.
All right. With that said, guys, have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Ciao.